So I decided to record a video to help you to do assignment 304. So this video will be a short video. If you want to learn more, I want you to check with Professor Kalida's video. So when you are here, so I want you to prepare two things: the UDesk, the SQL Server Management Studio, and the Visual Studio 2019. So let's start. And first things, I want you to click the File Explorer, trying to find out the folders that belongs to you. Like I'm gonna use the CIS25, and as you like, if you haven't do anything related to assignment 304, you might only has this SIS source data folders. So this is the folder. This folder is gonna including all the data we needed. And what we're going to do in this project is load this data to the data warehouse we made it in assignment 303. So which means if you haven't finished your assignment 303, you cannot do this assignment. So I want you to click the database, and under your database, you're supposed to have a PTIDW, like your last name underscore PTIDW. That is the data warehouse will be made in assignment 303. So now what are we gonna do? Because this one is empty, like they are just have the table without any informations there. So what are we gonna do is we're gonna import, like load the data, like the ETL process. We're gonna load the data from the source to this data warehouse. So if you haven't do anything related to the PTI, you might don't have this accounting DB. The reason you don't have it because like you need to attach it to this database. So if you don't have it, I want you to right click the database and click attach and click this add and find your folders and find these SIS project files. Oh no, this SIS source data, and double click this accounting DB, and this is the files we're gonna use. You click OK, and like since I already imported it to my own SQL Studios, you might have different informations. And when you attach it, make sure like the path is right, it's belong to the folder. Then you click OK. Then you're able to attach this database to this database, accounting DB database. Okay, once you be there's like you can go ahead to run code. This is a code from the instruction folder files. So anyone, this is assignment 305, or you can check assignment 304. Like anyone in the bottom, you're able to find several code. I want you to copy this code and paste it in the new query in the SQL Studio. Just copy this part and paste it in your query and change the name. So you're like the data warehouse name will be the name. It should be your last name underscore PDI underscore data warehouse. And once you be in here, I want you to run this line, which means we're gonna starting to use this data warehouse. And I do have some data in my data set, so I just before I do it, I just gonna delete everything, so you don't have to, but do it, there's nothing wrong. And when you choose like run this part, then you're able to see all the table is empty now, which means that in this data warehouse, we only have the tables names. We have no any specific data in these tables. And what are we gonna do in this assignment is trying to load the data from accounting and to this data warehouse. Okay, now we have the source ready, and also we have the data warehouse. You have to make sure you have both of them, otherwise you are not able to load any data. So open your folder again, which is from the folder that belongs to you. And in this folder, I want you to create a new folder. You can click new and name it as SIS underscore and the project and the files, like similar with this one or this one, like same name. Okay, so once you create this folder, so this is a folder we're gonna use to save the project we're gonna made in this assignment. So you can close this one. And now I want you to find the Visual Studio from the U desk. You can search the Visual Studio, and this Visual Studio 2019 will be the one we're gonna use. And you can open it. Once you open it, if this is your first time, you need to sign in with your own AppStay email and AppStay password. And once you finish log in, we can start to create a new project. So you can click project. And right now I want you to search the integration service project, which is the first one. So you can just type integration, then you're able to find this one. This is the project we're gonna use to load our data. So you can double click this one. Now you need to name it. Like what I usually name is my last name, PTIDW underscore and project. Project exam example RC2. It's okay. This is just project name. Just help you to know what this project about, but it's okay if you have other name. Now we need to find the location. The location will be the folders we just made it, and the folder will be under the folders that belongs to you. We just made it, and for me, it should be the I'll choose this folder as my folder. And you also need to have this SS project files. If you don't have this one, you need to create one. It's an empty one. So you click select folder, then click create. Now, this is the project we're gonna build here. I want you to click this getting started because we don't use it. And this is a workspace, which means like the part we're gonna create different load table, like the dim tables we're gonna make here. And this is a toolbox. Sometimes if you don't have toolbox, you can click this extension, click SIS and choose the SIS toolbox. The toolbox will help us to create the load table. And in the Solution Explorer, you're able to see how many projects you are having so far. Okay, now let's start. So I want to create this one under the field. There's a data flow task. And the first table we're gonna make will be the load product type. So this is the first one we're gonna make. You can check with your instructions the like what are we gonna do in assignment 304 is we're gonna create different dim tables. They all different dim tables from assignment 303. We made it for that data warehouse. And in assignment 304, we're gonna do the dim table, and assignment 305, we're gonna focus on the fact table. And they all empty so far. What we're gonna do is trying to load the data from the source to these different dim tables, which means like you get the data from a source, put it in this data warehouse. That's what we're gonna do. So now this is the first one. You can double click it. Once you double, or you can just right click, edit. And now we need to find two things. The first one would be the source, which means like where is your data coming from. So you can find the OLEDB source. Just remember it because we're gonna keep using it in the rest of this assignment. Also, the other one will be the destination. Destination will be the table we made it in the data warehouse, right? In the data warehouse, we made it before in assignment 303. Like we made a table for the product type table. Okay, it is empty now. We're gonna put the data from the source to the destination. So let's see where is our source. So we double click it, then you're able to see the source editor. If this is your first time to use it, you don't have anything here. So you're gonna create a new one. So click new and click new one more time. Click OK. So now I want you to switch the provider from the OLEDB and to this SQL server, the provider for the SQL server. It is very important. If you didn't change it, you're not able to find your server. So now I want you to copy the address that belongs to you. Like my address will be this 25. So I just simply copy this part. And so I usually just delay this backslash and then trying to find which table or which source we're gonna use. The source, as I mentioned, will be this accounting database. So this is the database. This is the data we're gonna use. So we find the PDI accounting database, and then you can click test connection. See, it succeed, which means we are able to find the data from accounting database. So we click OK. Click OK one more time. Now we need to find the specific tables we want loaded. So the specific tables we needed will be the product type, right? So we need to find the product type, and you can click preview. See, this table has some data we're gonna use, like have four different variables. So we're gonna put them, four different datas, and we're gonna put it in the destination. And you can close it and click OK. So that is the first one. The second one will be the OLEDB destination. So this is the part. We're gonna try to find where did we put the data to. So before that, I want you to connect the database, well, a source to the database destination, just using the blue line instead of the right one. So double click destination. And now we need to change the connection manager because this accounting database, which is a source of data, we need to find where is a data warehouse. That is our data house. Where do we want to put the data in, right? So you click new. And now, again, I want you to switch the provider to provider for the SQL Server. Click OK and trying to paste the address you have it already. And now we need to find the data warehouse. So the data warehouse we're going to use will be the PDIDW. So this is the data warehouse where it's empty now, and we need to put the data in this data warehouse. You click OK. Click OK one more time. And then I want you to find out the tables, which is the table. It's empty now, but we're going to put the data inside. So the dim product type will be the table we're going to put the data in. So we can click view existing. Like, see, it's empty now, but later we're going to put the data from the source to this destination. So we can click mapping to see, okay, so both of the input, which is the source, the destination will be the data warehouse. They all have same column, same variable. So that's great. So we click OK. So we're all set here. And you can go back, click start, which means we're going to run it to see if we're able to successfully load the data from the source to the data warehouse. Okay, let's see.